Red bricks to everybody, red bricks. We're going to do a little live stream. We're not going to be too long. We just want to do a quick little live stream, talk a little bit, and before we begin, I'm going to show you a little 8-minute video that I produced. It was in the midst of doing something else. I stumbled upon some stuff and had to crunch some numbers, and the next thing I know, I'm doing something on star forts. So here we are, and that's the realm of Meltology. And so first of all, I'll say forgive me, because I broke my own rule of etiquette. In the video that you're going to watch, I say the word bullshit. Well, I'm trying to refrain for that, and then I caught myself doing it myself. So I'm a guilty party of doing it, so forgive me. We're going to play a little 8-minute video, and we'll get back and we'll kick it, and I'll give you some narrative in regard to debunk these historians, and that's what Meltology does and is doing, and I'm doing right now. So we're going to play this, and we'll get right back to you after this little slide, and for educational purposes. Here we go.
About 70 miles from Key West, Florida, in the waters of the Gulf of Mexico, lies a tiny group of islands and coral reefs known as the Dry Tortugas. Here, in what appears to be the middle of nowhere, stands the crumbling remains of the largest all-masonry fort built in the United States, Fort Jefferson. Following the War of 1812, the Americans constructed several coastal fortifications stretching from Maine to Texas to help protect their borders and their shipping lanes. Fort Jefferson was one of those creations.
Oh shit.
It was designed to hold 450 guns and a garrison of 1,500 men. Construction began in 1846 and continued for 30 years. $16 million bricks were used in the construction of the fort, which covers an area of 10 acres. The immense walls are as thick as 8 feet and reach a height of 50 feet. The fort, which never saw battle, was used primarily as a military prison. Everywhere you look, you see row upon row of arches. In fact, there are 2,000 of these arches throughout this structure. As the strength of the U.S. Navy grew, forts like this one became less important, and it was eventually abandoned. In 1935, the fort was named a national monument, and today it's the centerpiece of the Dry Tortugas National Park. Visitors can explore the park on day trips, arriving by private boat, passenger ferry, or seaplane. For those adventurous types wanting to spend more time out here, there are 10 primitive campsites available on a first-come basis. Just remember, you must bring everything with you, even fresh water, as there are no supplies available on the island. A highlight of a visit here is the opportunity to snorkel the crystal clear waters around the fort. shore, coral heads are alive with schools of colorful fish and swaying sea fans.
Melted building everywhere. Well, anyway, folks, let's get this guy out of the water and tell you the real narrative. Okay, we don't have it, but we'll tell you what they're telling us is a lie. So here we go. See in the Black Mirror, and let's talk about this. A matter of fact, we could talk about this real quick here. We'll just go over here, and we'll say this. It's just preposterous. It's just crazy. Let me say this, folks. I got my blog opened here, and I'm going to tell you this. I just want you to think about this. Okay? Now, if there was 50 guys building bricks non-stop for the timeline, the whole timeline they were giving you, it would have took them 214 years to produce just their bricks. Now, I'm going to give you a scenario about the 16 million bricks, the 30-year timeline they gave you to do it. Well, previously when they first started building it, I looked at what the timeline said, how many people resided in the entire state. So the entire state had 70,000 people, folks. So if we got all 70,000 of those people, okay, all 70,000 of them working non-stop, it would have took them 19 and a half years just to produce the bricks. Okay, folks? So there's some real... that's why they abandon it. They don't have a narrative to say they built it. They didn't build it, folks. Meltology has proven again empirical evidence to historians with their convoluted stories of Gibraltar, a star fort, of many star forts that were here in America, already here. 74 of them that I'm aware of, and there's many still buried in the desert and so forth, all over the place. Maybe more underwater in different locations. And covered up and made national parks and museums, and you go visit these places, alright? So, there's some more truth. We're going to do a little... see, I didn't even plan this, folks. But I just had to produce that real quick because it just bugs me that these so many things to do, and it's just me, and I keep saying, hey, let's team up and do something together to the Red Brick people, and that's what I urge you. Let's get together and build a narrative, a good chronological narrative from point A to point B and to where we are today. I wrote a thesis. That ain't enough. It's non-stop and so much to do, and so little of us, and not enough unity. So, I got more to say. I'm going to produce some more stuff, and maybe we just open up a live stream and kick it here in a minute. So, I'm going to stop this recording, and perhaps use it, and perhaps not after I play it back. So, we'll see, or we'll see you in the Black Mirror. Either way, love your neighbor like you love yourself. I'm out of here. And no, they're bullshitting liars. Peace. So what's up, Phil? We're here debunking debunking the historians. Meltology. Yeah, everything's good here. Just had dinner. I was doing a stream today. Well, I wasn't doing a stream. I was doing some research. Excuse me. And I stumbled upon a couple things that I wasn't after and so forth, and I started investigating, and just numbers, and I had to bring some number crunching to the attention of people about a star fort, Jefferson, and America, how many star forts there are in America that are, that we're aware of, because there's other ones, and different YouTube channels have presented hidden star forts in the mix, like John Levi and so forth. So anyway, so Fort Jefferson, they gave you this long narrative. The dry tortugas in Florida built, and it's on 16 acres, and 16 million bricks were used. Okay, in 1846, right? They gave you this narrative about when it was built and so forth. Let me open up what I have that I have published already. That I'm trying to piece together this what I'm talking about right here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say this. We're going to crunch some numbers, and numbers don't lie, and numbers and red bricks, and we reveal this one brick at a time, or 16 million bricks. So let's just do a narrative of what was going on in Florida at the time, let alone all the star forts being built all over this realm, right? Let alone the ones in America. Okay, now, at the same time, and we're not even going to get into how many other bricks would have been needed. We're just going to talk about the ones here in Florida. I'll give you a list. I have 74 of them that I have listed, and maybe I could do that, and we can show you what I have listed in here and so forth. And that's what I'll do. I'll get us a window capture open here. It covers about 16 acres, 16 million bricks, massive walls, distinctive hexagon shape that make it an impressive structure. Fort Jefferson's size and remote location in Garden Key in the Dry Tortugas National Park in the Gulf of Mexico contribute to historical and archaeological significance. But they can't give you the narrative, but Meltology will tell you the narrative is that it was here and it was fixed up, folks. Okay, now I'm going to give you an estimate of the timeline of these people. Okay, how long would it take? Estimating the time that would take to produce over 16 million bricks for a massive fort like Fort Jefferson involves several variables and assumptions. Keep in mind that this is a rough estimate, and actually conditions during the 19th century could vary. Here's a simplified estimate. Okay, the brick production rate. An experienced brickmaker could produce approximately 1,000 to 2,000 bricks per day, depending on the specific methods and tools used. Working an average production rate of 1,500 bricks per day would take a person roughly 10,667 work days, assuming 300 work days in a year, to make 16 million bricks. Okay, so the labor force construction projects, they typically involve substantial labor force, including skilled and unskilled laborers. Number of brick makers employed depend on the scale of the project. Let's assume the team had 50 skilled brick makers. Okay, so if they just had 50 skilled brick makers kicking them out for them 30 years that they say it took to build. Okay, now brick making would likely occur in a parallel with other construction activities, making kilns and brick making sites and so forth. So you'd need a lot more workers than that, but we can go on and on and on. But based on these rough estimates, if a team of 50 skilled brick makers worked continuously, it might take around 214 years just to produce 16 million bricks. Okay, folks? Now, in the whole state of Florida, in that timeline when they're building this Fort Jefferson, 70,000 people lived there. Okay, so if you took all 70,000 of those people, okay, you have a 30-year variable. If you used all 70,000 people just in the production of bricks, it would take you 19 and a half years to build just that. Mind you, there was 11 other star forts being built in the same time frame. So how many more bricks would take? Many capitals being built in that same time frame. Where are all the bricks coming? Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Again, Meltology rings loud. Bam, in your face, you historians. Your brick shit don't add up. Oh, forgive me for cursing. I can't help it sometimes. It just came out, and I'm trying to really break from that, so forgive me for that. So, Yeah, their narratives are. I just had to just produce that real quick, but I'm going to get a little. So if 70,000 men worked 12 hours a day, 365 days a year, it would take approximately 19 and a half years to produce 16 million bricks at a rate at 840,000 bricks per worker per year. Huh? 70,000 of them, folks. So maybe I'll get a. Now this is the star fort. We'll get a window capture open here. Let's see, we got a window capture somewhere here. Yeah, window capture. Right there. So, this is the star fort that I'm talking about right here. Fort Jefferson sitting on, see, it looks little in the picture. Mind you, that's way up in the air a little bit. And it's 16 acres spread there, folks. And there's much building, all the whole coastline of that we're not even talking about bricks incorporated, and on both sides, buildings all around, red bricks all around there in Florida, big old red brick buildings everywhere. Timelines don't add up. Who was the brick manufacturer, folks? So we look at 1846 to 1876, 30 years, huh? The Spanish explorer Ponce de Leon and so forth. I'm not even going to bore you with that, all that. Go look it up yourself. Go look at it. It was here. It survived the melt. It's a pocket of survival. Meltology, again, showing empirical evidence with numbers that don't add up. And they don't want to show you no pictures and no real close-ups and nothing, and just convoluted stuff everywhere you go. So, okay, we seen solid rock. Hey, solid rock. I was just getting ready to start a video when I seen that you were live, and I went and looked, and I know your numbers are always low too. So I know that's discouraging. The same thing true is with anything that you're speaking about. And if nobody's aware of who Solid Rock is, his name is Robert, and he lives in Quebec, and he has all kinds of petrified stuff in his little house there with him and his son. And go check him out sometime. Give him a thumbs up. He's got a like button. Hit that like button. Subscribe. And he has a donation button somewhere there as well. Please hit it. He's in financial dire. He needs some assistance. So if anyone's out there who has a little extra cash, send it to Robert's way. So that's what I got to say to the world. We all need a little extra, and I don't know, it was on my heart to just say that. So I said that. I didn't want him to cry. So let's get Robert to not cry and throw him a buck if we got a buck. So you know what I mean? Yeah, it is incredible how many bricks they could produce in the past there, Phil. It just, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know. It's like we're just banging our heads against the wall. Because it's like no one hears what we're saying. They don't want, the Nazis they don't want you to not see. See, to not see. See. So they're working real hard to make us not see. And we got a group of people who can see. And we see right through their lies. And technology has helped us to catch up with the liars. And now we're in their midst. And now they give us one propaganda crap of another. Wars, wars, wars to keep you distracted. You know, over and over. Zelensky, a fake regime. Israel, a fake regime. Just, those are the Nazis, I say. Working. You got the trident for the symbol and all this secrecy, and they're all in the Masonic Lodge, and that's what I was working on. I'm working on a piece right now about Freemasonry and Freemasons and words and spells, and why is the Masonic order so compartmentalized. That's secret as well. And if you just do the study of it, it starts telling on those people who've hid all the Freemason buildings all over this realm, all the red brick buildings all over this realm. Just down the street from me right now, they're painting a redesignated red brick building white. Huh? like that's going to cover where the meltification altered those bricks. No, and now it's just painted and you can still tell. So maybe that's their plight, to paint things white, to wreck them, blow them up, abandon them, and then later destroy them. So they're busy destroying stuff, and we're busy trying to tell the truth. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's just overwhelming. It's just overwhelming. I don't even know sometimes where to begin, because everywhere I go, there's another story to tell. Another, hey, that's not so. That's not so. So I say to myself, I say to all you meltologists out there who spend endless hours researching this, uploading videos, making live streams, you know, we need to unite. I think it's essential that we unite so we can make a bigger, a more profound statement than all our little, you know, look how we get compartmentalized right now. We can't even unify into something that we all believe in. It's just amazing me. I don't know what to say or do. So like, share, and subscribe. And anybody who's out there, maybe you have some good ideas, or you have leader qualities, and we need some leader qualities in a group to unite a front of men and women to come against the historical liars that have presented one nonsensical story after another since we've been born. So that's it in a nutshell. So I don't know what else to say tonight. I've been streaming for 22 minutes. It seems like we got to make them shorter. Nobody hears us. Let's see, we got anything else going here? Now you see that? You see two eyes in the dark. And perhaps you don't. There's two eyes in the dark. And sometimes you can't see them, and sometimes you can't. Okay? Meltology will start letting you see things that otherwise you haven't been able to see. Okay? Now, if you're not seeing it, and the red bricks come along and tell you the story, bam, you will see what's in the background with the little red brick knowledge. What's in the background? Who's been the liars? See? You take the red bricks away, and you can't see. You're just sitting there spinning. You can't see. So we're here to tell you, meltology and meltologists, like so many of them out there. And I urge you to go see these other channels. And I thank Phil, another meltologist out of Ludington. Thanks for stopping by. Have a beautiful evening. I know I've watched every one of the videos you already produced. So I try to go out of my way to watch everyone that I'm aware of who's telling the red brick story, to watch these videos. And just like Spartan Reds, all the way up to the time that before Spartan got sick, Laughing Eagle, I watched every one of his videos. So I'm always watching the videos, those who are producing it, to see what they're saying. And we have so many in the midst today growing. You know, we seen Red Brick Chick and Patty, and a lot of chicks coming through there, and Freya from Wichita, and it's just cool to see the growth. And I just can't wait till we all get together to unite on the front, to present something to the world that's 10 times more powerful than the lies they've been giving us, and 10 times more powerful than us individually, as individuals telling a story. So that's my hope. I want to hand the evening over to the rest of you, and have a beautiful evening. I'm not going to waste more of your time just babbling here in the Black Mirror. So that's about it, man. Thanks for stopping by. Later, Robert. Take good care of your kid there, man. And red bricks to you all. Red bricks to you, Phil. We got to get together. I'm going to send you an email, or send me an email there, Phil. When's a good time we could kick it or something, man, maybe we can start getting something going or something. I might be headed up towards that way, man. I'm gonna go visit my brother, and my mother and father just came back from Florida, so they're gonna stay till December, and then they're gonna head back to Florida. So, but they are gonna go visit Fort Jefferson for me. I already talked them into it. They're gonna go there, and they can't even. They heard the numbers I already crunched to them, and their minds are spinning. So, anyways, that's it. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. I'm out of here. Peace.